Hey, what's up, ladies and gentle tubers? It is Everride. Today I'm going to talk about some of the top noob mistakes that people make when they're new to dual sport or adventure riding. Stay tuned. Alright, so this is experience, and not only that, but an expert at being a noob. Not at riding, but an expert at being a noob. And here are some of the things that kind of held me back from riding some more of the, more advanced terrain. And some of these I've gone over in some of my other tip videos and whatnot. But these are great tips to know. Oh geez! These are great tips to know to get over the noob phase of adventure motorcycling. So anyway, let's talk about descending hills real quick, since that's what we're doing right now. Well, that's kind of a weak sauce hill, but anyway, with descending hills, scoot your weight back over the back tire. When descending hills, use your rear brake. Don't use too much of your front brake. Apply equal pressure. If anything, even a little bit more on the rear brake. Sure, you might skid a little bit on the rear brake, but when you learn control on that rear brake, how many times am I going to say rear brake? Rear brake, rear brake, rear brake, rear brake, rear brake. Anyway, oh, another thing, if you, there we go, adjust your camera so that people can see you instead of your crotch. Well, I guess my crotch is part of me. More legit tips, enough of the trying to be funny. Clutch control. Use the clutch all the time. Well, not all the time, that'd be bad on the clutch. But use the clutch whenever you're going slow, whenever you slow down, just kind of bring it in. Now, you might think, what about my grip on the bars? Well, if you're worried about your grip on the bars and your clutch, you're doing it wrong. You should only be pulling your clutch, and you should be able to adjust your clutch so that you only need to use 2 fingers at the most to operate it. That way you get a nice, good grip on the clutch and on the bars, and you can feather the clutch when you start doing some of this crazy stuff. Oh, there's off camber. Let's talk about off camber. When you ride something that's off camber, you're going to want to just jump off the bike at first. Uh-oh. You're gonna want to just jump off the bike in the beginning. Don't do that. If you start to ride something off camber, make sure the bike is like straight up and down, and then use your weight. Move your weight around over the bike. So for example, if I'm taking a right turn, I want to put my butt over the left side of the bike. If I'm taking a left turn, I want to stick my butt out towards the right side of the bike. Now that relates to turning and cambers. Anyway, when you're turning, you can stick your butt out and you stay pretty much upright, but the bike leans. Yes, that is the key to turning. Now, I am by no means an expert on turning at all, in any way, shape, or form, but that's the key. Now, if you're doing really crazy motocross style turns, on berms and stuff, you might see guys stick their foot out. And unless it's a flat track turn, sticking your foot out is not to catch you if you fall, because more than likely you'll dislocate your leg or mess up your ACL or something like that. When you stick your foot out to the side when you're turning, that's as a counterbalance so that you can stay upright while your bike takes the turn. It's a totally different dynamic than on the street. So if you're switching from street, remember, you try to stay as upright as you can and let the bike do the turning underneath you. Okay? Let's see, what's another tip? Catching air on your bike. If you're on your standard dual sport, KLR 650, anything like that, my recommendation is not really to do it. And everybody's gonna be like, boo, 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 filthy, and great. Oh, I just got hit by a rotten orange or something. Cabbage? Who throws a shoe? No, really, suspensions on dual sport bikes are meant to handle the road, so they're a little softer than dirt bikes and motocross bikes. So those jumps that you want to do, yeah, they're just not really gonna happen too well on a dual sport bike. It's still doable, but I've seen shocks blown out on KLR 650 so quick, you don't even want to mess with that. So yes, they can be done. Will they blow your shocks? I don't know. It depends on you. and your diet. Oh, there's a good one that I talk about all the time, hill climbing. When you're hill climbing, you want to be doing basically the opposite of what you do when you descend a hill. Get your man parts or your lady parts up over that tank. I know it feels weird and it feels like you're riding a Segway, but that is how it happens. Check out this little hill climb. This is nothing really, but it used to be a big deal. If I get up over, clear over the windscreen even, it's not even a problem. Getting your weight forward is also very good in turns, especially when sitting. When you're sitting and taking turns, get your weight up as much as possible because you want the weight on the front tire, because what tire's doing your turning? Your front tire. And also, if you ever, whiskey throttle and your weight's too far back on the back tire, well, then you're gonna get all out of control. You're gonna go straight and not the way that you wanna turn. So get your weight forward when you turn and when you do hill climbs. It's gonna feel weird, but do it. Another big thing is you will become 10 times a better dual sport rider if you can learn to ride standing up. Stand up, stand up, stand up. It's gonna be weird to get on the brake. It's gonna be weird to learn how to shift, but stand up. Learn to stand up. All right, the next thing is whoops. When you get a brand new dual sport, you're gonna think, oh, whoops, I can hit those as fast as I want to. No, you can't. Go easy on them. In fact, you're gonna see a lot of things that you think, I can do that. I have a dual sport. It's a dirt bike. No, it's not a dirt bike. You can't do it. Just take it easy until you learn the basics. And then you can go for whatever you want. The next thing that'll keep you from being a noob is learn how to pick up your bike. Now there's like 10 million YouTube videos, all with 10 million views on this subject, but it's really quite basic. There's one of two methods. You can pull it up from the handlebar with your knees, or you can stick the small of your back into your seat. Make sure the kickstand is down on the other side. Grab, something up front, most likely your handlebar, and something on the back, a rack or something, and then lift once again with your knees. All right, guys, so I'm officially off the dirt. Those are some tips. Now, I know that I missed like 10 million of them from keeping people from being noobs. So please, why don't you go ahead, leave your tip in the comment. And if you're new to the channel or whatever, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more tips, adventures, goofy stuff. I don't know, all kinds of just whatever. And if you're not so new to the channel, if you've been around for a while, make sure to super subscribe so you get notifications when I upload. And gosh, this is boring. This is real boring over here. Stop. Anyway, guys, I'd love to have you along. Thank you so much for watching. Much love. Have a ride out.